No, it's not an excuse. I really lost my voice. I'm not faking. I apologize. Sorry, one second. Yeah, I just came to Edmonton to support my voice, take knowledge, and humble the poet, poetproject.com. The reason people like that need to be supported is because no politician is going to change the world. The only people that can change the world are the people that you saw on this stage tonight and the people sitting in those seats tonight. But when I was lost in West Edmonton Mall today, that mall is insane. You guys got a water park. I was watching the SEAL show and I received a text from Mr. Humble saying that Mr. Deep over here did a hook-up, so I have to perform regardless of the state of my voice.
Straight up, straight up! Yeah, it's all good.
महाकाल स्वरूप श्री सतगुरु खालसा पंथ दास दी बेनती है गज के फतेह बुलाओ वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा. What was that? They say back in the days when Singhs, they said their fateh, the earth shook. Read the accounts. Armies walked away when they heard Singhs. Not a single arrow needed to be fired. Not a single shastra needed to be taken out when a Singh said his fateh. So, Das di benti hai, Mahakal Swarup Sahib Sri Satguru Khalsa Panth. Gaj ke fateh bulao Vaheguru ji ka Khalsa. This first piece is called Kranti. Basically, Kranti is a word that means revolution in many South Asian dialects. I apologize, it's not memorized because once again I told you I was not informed that I'd be on stage tonight. If I had a daughter, I would name her Kranti. Her hair would be the color of rest and her eyes would reflect the freedom in those that would see them. Her voice would sound like emancipation and she'll be born into every situation where rights were taken away. Her skin would be the color of equality and all of me can't wait until she comes into this world. Because from Punjab to Peru and Africa too, she'll imbue the meek with the hue of courage. Because there won't be pleasantry when the peasantry decide they've had enough. Kranti will be there when the timid reach the jails of the beast and drag out the beast once imposing secret police. No more fathers with bullets in the back of their heads. No more sisters with clothes torn to shreds. And the peasants will scream my daughter's name at the top of their lungs as they burn down the gallows where their brothers were hung. Monuments to my daughter and the former martyrs unsung. All oppressed people, I promise you, she'll lift you all, one by one. And long after she's gone, they'll still sing songs of the day she came to their home and how flowers grew at her feet. And she brought fire to every soul that she kissed. Because your rights are in your palm, it's up to you to close your fist. Everybody put your fists up. Everybody put your fists up. This is a universal symbol. It's not indigenous to one type of people. Every historical revolution that you look at, they did this. Now the second one is called I Come From. And originally I wrote this piece for people who don't know what a Sikh is. Sometimes they'd see me walking down the street and they'd give me a look or something like that, trying to figure out what I'm about. That's where the first two lines came from. But now I have a new dedication. The song is now dedicated to the Punjabis. Because basically what happened was I'd be chilling with my friends, I'd be in the Gurdwara even, and people would tell me about their caste. Now I'm not sure if you're informed of this, but I'm a Sikh of Guru Nanak. I don't believe in the caste system. Now don't get me wrong. If you believe in the caste system, go ahead. But don't get it confused. Sikhs do not believe in the caste system. So you either believe in the caste system or you're Sikh. So I would hear about all the historical things that a Jat did or that somebody else did. I don't even know the different castes. And I thought, you know what, these people are trying to introduce me to their heritage. So maybe I should write something and tell them about where I come from. You see me walking down the street. Am I someone you want to meet? You're wondering who am I and what I'm about? Allow me to do what I came to do and introduce you to where I come from. If you wish, I'd like to tell you a story, an allegory of a land not so far away. I come from the land where beggars sat beside kings and ate the same food, and I don't mean to be rude, but I was a beggar who became a king, and here's the thing. I come from the land of broken men rotting like meat, shattered women raped in the street, until God pulled God out of his sheath and said, "This is your goddess. You sow what you reap." With that, broken men became kings, shattered women became queens, and corrupt empires burst at the seams. Now here's a bit about my family. I come from a lineage. I come from a lineage of dead babies in dead jails, and mothers in bliss never want to wail at their child's life like a boat set sail across the world ocean. I come from a lineage where the math is a bit different. 5 equals 1 and 1 equals forever. So never ever think that I walk alone. I'm 125,000 kings sitting on 125,000 thrones. I come from a lineage where soldiers married death and made love on the battlefield. Death cradled their hearts and crushed their souls. They gave birth to a revolution so old, time was its child. They didn't feel the stabs and the jabs from iron spears and Dilly's iron fists. I come from a lineage. I come from a lineage where my great-grandfather stopped Dilly in its tracks. My grandfather broke his pot. My grandfather broke his pot to stop Dilly's attack. Until my father broke Dilly's back. So who am I? Remember those beggars? Each and every one of them became a king. If you want to know about me, I come from the lineage of Guru Gobind.